Hi students, today we are going to discuss about the A to D converters. This is the block schematic of A to D converter. This A to D converter, see the functional diagram of this ADC. ADC means A to D converter. A to D converter. This A to D is just opposite to that of digital to analog converter. So this analog to digital converter, anyway we know that it accepts the input voltage as analog VA, and see it accepts the input voltage as VA, and it is going to produce the digital word D1 to DN. It is going to produce digital word D1 to DN, and D1 is the most significant bit and DN is the least significant bit. So this is written as D is equals to D1 2 power minus 1 plus D2 2 power minus 2 and so on, Dn 2 power minus n. Okay, and this ADC, it consists of start and EOC and one V reference. V reference voltage will also be there. What is start? Start is the start of conversion. E is the end of conversion. That is when we are going to start the conversion from analog to digital, and when we are going to end the conversion from analog to digital. The applications of this analog to digital converter are in microprocessor interfacing and LCDs or LED displays. And this analog to digital converters are classified into two types. One is direct type ADCs, one is direct type ADCs, and second is integrating type ADCs, And coming to this direct type ADCs, in direct type ADCs, again it is so many as there in this group. One is flash or comparator. Okay, that is other name is parallel type comparator, second is counter type converter, and third is tracking or servo converter, successive approximation type converter. This is very important. Successive approximation type converter, and then integrating type ADCs. And again, the two most widely used this integrating type converters are charge balancing ADCs, and dual slope ADC. So the most commonly used ADCs are this successive approximation type and then integrating type ADCs. In our syllabus, we are going to discuss about this parallel comparator, or flash A to D converter. Next, counter type A to D converter, successive approximation successive approximation A to D converter, and then fourth is dual slope integrating type A to D converter. In this video, I am going to discuss about somewhat difficult two A to D converters, that is counter type A to D converter and dual slope integrating type A to D converter. So coming to this counter type A to D converter, this is the counter type A to D converter. This is the counter type A to D converter. This is very easy explanation, but we have to remember the diagram. Okay. See, this consists of one AND gate. To this AND gate, one clock is given and binary counter. So for this one, reset is connected. So output of binary counter is a digital part. It consists of both MSB as well as LSB digital output. This digital output is converted to digital to analog converter. Okay. And here you have one comparator. See, this is the output, staircase output, analog output. Okay, this is the analog output from D to A converter. D to A converter means digital to analog converter. The output will be analog. That is nothing but here it is a staircase. Okay, and this is the clock pulses we are applying, and this is the reset pin. When we are ending the reset and when we are beginning the reset pulse. See the explanation, how the explanation goes. The explanation is very easy, ma. Okay, see here, first the reset. First we are going to apply the reset. This reset, it is going to make it 0. Okay, so now if you remove this reset, first we have to press like this and remove this. Now binary counter start counting the clock pulses. So that clock pulses will be in the form of digital form. So that digital data is converted into the analog using D to A converter. Whatever the analog output we are getting, we are naming it as VD. Okay. See, this is a comparator. For this comparator, negative terminal input we are giving the D to A output, and for the positive terminal we are providing the VA analog input, which is from outside we are giving. Okay, so now this comparator, it is going to compare these two voltages, VA and VB. If VA is greater than VD, means positive is greater than negative, then comparator output is high. So if the output is high, so the AND gate is on and it is going to count the clock pulse. Okay, so again the output is digital, and that is again converted into analog part, and that analog part is again compared with this analog input. So this cycle continues at one point when VA is less than VD. Okay, so the output is 0. So AND gate is off. Okay, 0. So it is open. So now the binary counter starts counting the clock pulses, and whatever the digital part is there. Okay, so that part represents what is the analog input. Analog input, whatever the input is there, that this digital output will show. Okay, so again if you want to apply another analog input, so again you have to give the reset pulse, and again the cycle starts. Okay, so suppose if the input, the maximum value of this analog voltage is represented by n pulses. It is represented by n pulses. Okay, and if the clock period is t seconds, the minimum interval between samples is nt seconds. Minimum interval is nt seconds. The most disadvantage with this counter type ADC is that it is a low speed. So this is a very serious drawback. Okay, so that's why we are going for successive approximation A to D converter. And then again from successive approximation A to D converter, we are going for a very interesting converter, that is nothing but dual slope integration type ADC or dual ramp ADC. This is the dual slope integration type ADC. So this ADC, it is also very easy to analyze. Okay, so observe the functional diagram of dual slope A to D converter, and this converter, it consists of integration type, no? So A1 amplifier, A2 amplifier and one comparator, and this control logic, it is going to control this circuit. And here we are counter which we are using is the ripple counter. So how the operation goes for this, let us see. Before giving the start pulse, okay, so this control logic, it closes this switch S2, this closes this switch S2, and SW1 is connected to ground. So what is the purpose of closing SW2 and connecting SW1 to ground means, see, there will be input offset error. Input offset error. This will be present at for these three, A1, A2 and comparator. So to minimize this and to make it 0, okay, so we are applying some voltage. That voltage is given by this capacitor CAZ. So this capacitor voltage will make the input offset error to 0. So whenever the start pulse is given, immediately this control logic makes this switch S2 to open like this. S2 to open and connect switch S1 to VA input. Here we are giving two inputs. Dual slope integration type, always we give two inputs. One is VA and one is VR. One will be the inverse of others. If it is positive, it will be negative. If it is negative, it will be positive. Okay. So now switch S1, SW1 is connected to VA and switch SW2 is opened. Meanwhile, this capacitor, it acts like a memory and holds the voltage. Which voltage? The voltage which will make the input offset errors to 0. So now the start is started and we are going to give the VA input. Now at the arrival of this start command, see where we got this start command at t is equals to t1. Observe the graph here, pen mark. At t is equals to t1, the start command will came. So now the this input signal, analog signal, will be integrated and this counter starts counting the pulses. This counter is a ripple counter. One of the feature or characteristics of this ripple counter is that it is going to count up to 2 power n pulses and after that it automatically reset to 0. So for this VA input, the clock pulses ripple counter counts up to 2 power n clock pulses and after that the counter resets to 0. So see, this VA is integrated up to 2 power n into t pulses. This t1 is the time period. Okay, so clock period is t and the integration takes place for how much time? Capital T1 is equals to 2 power n into t. See, observe here, as it is integration, it is a negative going slope. Okay, so at this point the ripple counter is 0. So this we marked it as T2 here and again it is a V1. We wrote this as V1 voltage here. Okay, so after this, again what control logic? It sees that this is reset to 0. So immediately this control logic gives the control of switch SW1 to V reference which is negative going. So this, whenever it switches to V reference, the again the waveform, it goes in a positive going and reaches up to T3. Whenever this time period, we can denote it as small t. Whenever this small t is equals to T3, that is whenever it reaches to T3, and that is whenever it is made to 0, then immediately the control logic stops counting for this ripple counter and gives the end of conversion signal. Okay, end of conversion is activated. Again it moves into this auto 0. That means again it makes this short and it makes this to ground position. So observe here, T1 to T2, small t1 to small t2 period, the switch SW1 is connected to VA. So it is 2 power n into T. Integration takes place for a time 2 power n into capital T clock period. Capital T is the clock period. Small t is the time scale. And between T2 and T3, the switch S1, SW1 is connected to V reference. Okay. See, observe carefully. Whenever here we took positive, negative, VA and V reference is negative, positive. So, whenever input is positive, negative, that is positive, the output going is negative. Whenever the input is negative, the output is positive going. And here you have some small mathematical part to discuss. So, the time period T1 here. See, the time period T1. This T1, it is nothing but T2 minus T1. So, T2 minus T1 is equals to 2 power n counts by clock rate. Okay. So, and T2 minus T3 minus T2 is equals to digital count n divided by clock rate. Okay. T3 minus T2, T2 minus T1. So, always remember for an integrator, delta V naught is equals to minus 1 by RC into V of delta T. And here we have V1 is equals to minus 1 by RC into VA. This is VA and this is VR. So, VA into T2 minus T1. T2 minus T1. Same way, minus 1 by RC into minus VR into T2 minus T3, or else minus 1 by RC into VR T3 minus T2. So, from where I am getting this V1? See in the graph. I wrote here V1, no? So, that's V1 I am writing. V1 for T2 minus T1. V1 for T3 minus T2. So, comparing these two equations, we are going to get, you can write in this form or in this form. Okay. So, comparing, we are going to get VA into T2 minus T1 is equals to VR into T3 minus T2. All these cancels, comparing. So, putting the value T2 minus T1, how much? 2 power n. See here, T2 minus T1 is 2 power n and T3 minus T2 is capital N. Okay. So, and T3 minus T2 is equals to capital N. Therefore, VA into 2 power n is equals to VR into capital N, or VA is equals to VR into n by 2 power n. So this is about this VA equation. Okay. So what is the disadvantage of this dual slope integrating type ADC is that the long conversion time is given. Okay, there is a long conversion time, and the applications are it is suitable for accurate measurement of slowly varying signals such as thermocouples and weighing scales. Thank you.